Hi, this is Tom Malloy. Okay, here we go. How to teach yourself to make a movie. Okay, I'm going to tell you, you could teach yourself how to make a movie by watching movies. Let's start there. That's one of the first steps, is watch films. Now, what I want you to do is you start your film and you could take a look at your iPhone, Android, whatever, and start a stopwatch, right? And start watching the film. And when the first major thing happens, I want you to push stop and look at it. Even pause the video and watch it and find out where that first kind of incident's coming in, right? Movies follow generally a 3-act structure. And we're talking about script points, that's plot point 1. Usually happens anywhere from 20 to 28 minutes into the movie, something major that shifts it into a whole new direction, right? Now, there can be action movies where something starts right in the beginning and it's immediately in a car chase, but usually around that time for that plot point 1, something's going to change and something else happens. And by that point, the kind of plot is established, like what's going to happen the whole middle act 2. And there's people that will argue that it's really 4 acts, but what they do is act 1 and then act 2A, act 2B, and then act 3. But theoretically 4 acts, but in the middle of those two, at 2A and 2B is kind of like a midpoint, but then right at the end of act 2 becomes plot point 2 that gets you to the final climax and the ending and all that stuff. So what I'm getting at is you're watching the film, mark that, okay? Mark when another major incident happens that changes things, right? Mark that, and now look at it on paper. All right. So that's one of the first things you can do when you're watching that film. Now, this should be a film that you're watching that is a successful film, number 1, and 2, in the genre that you want to make your movie in, right? So now, again, go back and watch it again and start to look at the shots. Look at the opening shots. Is the camera moving? Is it a moving master every time? Is the camera following? Is the camera like right up smack dab in people's faces? How are they doing the camera work in that movie? And start to take notes. Pause it. Look. Look at the shot that they have set up, jot it down, right? Draw a little box. You can do stick figures and go, okay, that's how they did the over-the-shoulder shot. Now, what I want you to do is really stress on those scenes that are important scenes. Like when you went, okay, that's a great scene. How did they shoot that scene? Okay, again, don't just pick random scenes or a random movie. This has to be stuff that you're going to use in your film. And you're not going to just steal it blatantly, but you're going to go, okay, they did this emotional scene between 2 people in a diner, over the shoulder, but then they started dollying in like a Dana dolly onto that one face. And then the dolly, as it got to the other face, as it got more emotional, right? And so you start to look at that stuff. Okay, so then what you have to do is you got your movie, you've marked your plot points and everything, you've looked at the camera angles, now go and find the screenplay. You can find a lot of these on the Internet Movie Script Database, so it's not IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, the Internet Movie Script Database, and go look and get those screenplays and read the screenplay for whatever the film is and go, all right, how did they lay it out reading wise? Okay, and that is something that you can start modeling after. If you go, okay, this is how they did the action sequence. This is where they did that. Identify those plot points in there. Identify those extreme scenes where you went, I love this scene, how they shot it, and see how it was written, right? And so now what you really want to do is then you've got that film that you're a fan of, it's a successful film in your genre, and you've taken all this data in. Now you're going to start to model the film that you want to make after that film. Again, it's not stealing, it's borrowing, but really at the end of the day, from acting to cinematography to any types of parts of the business, it's all been modeled after stuff that came before it, so what you're going to do is do that homework, so to speak, and then start to collect it all into one kind of knowledge base for yourself. Put the screenplay together, then start to work on how you're going to make the film. And that's how you can teach yourself to make a movie, by watching a movie.